Imagine buying a new car, thinking you've secured an incredible deal, maybe just $50 above the dealer's cost. You drive off feeling victorious. But what if the dealership actually made thousands from you, without you ever realizing it? That's exactly what happened to Derek. There are 14 hidden profit layers built into every car sale. Most buyers don't know about any of them. But the one that costs you the most money isn't on the sales floor. It's in a room you walk into after you think the negotiation is already over. Armed with Consumer Reports data and the manufacturer's invoice price, Derek felt prepared. The car he wanted had a sticker price of $32,250, while the manufacturer's invoice, the price the dealership supposedly paid, was $29,900. After an hour of intense negotiation, with the salesman making every dollar feel like a battle, Derek finally secured a price of $29,950, a mere $50 above the invoice. The salesman even leaned back, claiming they were practically losing money on the deal. Derek drove home feeling like he'd beaten the system. And honestly, if that $50 gross profit was the only layer, he would have. But that $50 is just the tip of the iceberg, the only visible layer. Beneath the surface lie 13 more hidden profit streams, intricately woven into every car sale, completely invisible to the average buyer. A week later, Derek's neighbor, Travis, admired the new car in the driveway. Impressed, he headed to the very same dealership that weekend, asking for the exact same model. Yet, Travis ended up paying $2,400 more than Derek, convinced he'd still landed a fair deal. We'll revisit Travis's story, but first, let's expose what Derek, and most buyers, never see, because the same invisible profit machine operated on both of them. Derek's Consumer Reports data gave him the manufacturer's invoice, a useful baseline that most buyers lack. Many walk in with an arbitrary number in mind, feeling victorious if the dealership meets it, regardless of its relation to the car's true cost. However, that invoice price isn't the dealership's actual cost. Their true expense is often significantly lower, thanks to a series of private financial arrangements between manufacturers and dealerships, payments that never appear on Consumer Reports like Edmunds, Kelley Blue Book, or True Car. The first is the dealer holdback. After a sale, the manufacturer reimburses the dealership, typically 2% to 3% of the car's list price. For Derek's $32,250 car, a 2% holdback means the dealership received an additional $645. At 3%, that's $967. So, while Derek believed the dealership profited just $50, the holdback alone provided 12 to 19 times that amount. And this is just the beginning. Next, consider dealer cash incentives. If a manufacturer has excess inventory of a particular model, they'll pay the dealership a bonus to prioritize its sale. You'll never know if the car you're buying carries one of these hidden incentives. Then there's the volume bonus, or stair-step bonus. The more cars a dealership sells, the larger their bonus. Hitting a certain tier can unlock significant payouts across their entire inventory for that period. This is why dealerships become more flexible at month-end and quarter-end. They're not being generous, they're chasing lucrative volume thresholds. Additionally, regional dealer-only rebates exist. If a specific region faces challenges like fierce competition, slow sales, or tough economic conditions, the manufacturer might offer dealerships there an extra incentive to boost sales. This is information you'd only know if you worked at the dealership. Finally, on the front end, there's floor plan assistance. Dealerships typically finance their inventory. Floor plan assistance means the manufacturer helps cover the interest on these loans, effectively reducing the dealership's true cost below the invoice price. Beyond these, back-end incentive programs offer payments tied to metrics like customer satisfaction scores, brand protection, and service quality. While not directly linked to individual car sales, they represent another significant flow of funds from manufacturer to dealership. But here's the kicker: even if you could precisely calculate every single one of these hidden layers and leverage them in your negotiation, you still wouldn't be touching where the real money is made. The biggest profits are generated in a room you haven't even entered yet. To underscore this, let's look at irrefutable data, not speculation. Many car dealerships aren't small, independent businesses, they're publicly traded corporations, operating hundreds of locations. Companies like Lithia Motors, with over 324 dealerships in the US, AutoNation with over 300, and Penske with over 200, are legally required to file detailed financial statements for their investors. These documents paint a very clear picture. Their statements reveal that the average gross profit on a new car, the price you pay minus the manufacturer's invoice, is $3,263. For used cars, it's approximately $284. While gross profit is informative, it's not the full story. Dealerships have significant operating costs, rent, salaries, utilities, lot maintenance, what accountants call SG&A, selling, general, and administrative expenses. After subtracting these, the net profit per car typically falls between $500 and $1,200. This net profit figure makes Derek feel like a genius. He negotiated just $50 above invoice, while the average buyer pays $3,263 above it. Derek is thousands ahead of the average on the sales floor. But the sales floor is not where the big money is made, and the dealership is far from done with him. Derek believes the negotiation is complete, the price locked, hands shaken. He's then escorted down a hallway into a smaller office, ostensibly just to handle the paperwork. This, however, is the most profitable room in the entire dealership, and almost every buyer walks in with their guard completely down. The individual behind that desk is the finance manager. But don't be fooled by the title, they are not a clerk processing forms. They are often the highest earning salesperson in the entire building. They're in that office, not on the sales floor, precisely because that's where the most substantial profits are generated. From those same public financial statements, dealerships earn an additional $2,000 to $2,800 per car in the finance manager's office, on top of whatever they made from the car sale itself. Let's break down exactly where that money comes from. First, the loan reserve. When you finance, the interest rate isn't solely determined by the lender, the dealership marks it up. If approved at 4%, they might charge you 5%. That extra 1% is pure profit, amounting to $600 to $800 per car for the dealership. Next, the extended warranty. They'll present a brochure detailing extensive coverage, making it sound comprehensive. What they won't highlight are the exclusions. The profit margin on these warranties typically ranges from $700 to $1,000. Then there's gap insurance. This is worth understanding. If your financed car is totaled, your primary insurer pays its current market value, which might be less than what you still owe. Gap insurance covers that difference. While potentially useful if you're financing, it carries a profit margin of $250 to $400. Finally, various protection add-ons like wool protection, paint sealant, and fabric coating. These seem minor but accumulate, each carrying $0 to $300 in profit. In total, the F&I, finance and insurance, profit from the finance manager's office alone is $1,900 to $2,100 per car. But the finance office isn't finished. The paperwork itself generates another $700 to $800 in profit. This includes the processing fee, or documentation fee, which covers typing your information and printing documents, netting $400 to $650 in profit. There's an electronic filing and registration markup, adding $40 to $90 beyond the actual registration cost. The temporary tag for your dashboard generates $20 to $50. And digital contracting and notary fees add another $10 to $30. Individually, these aren't massive sums, but combined, the paperwork alone generates $700 to $800 in profit per car. Adding F&I profit to documentation profit, the finance manager's office yields between $2,700 and $2,900 per car. And this doesn't even include the dealership's most profitable division, the service center. So, let's piece together Derek's full story. He meticulously negotiated a price of just $50 above invoice, feeling triumphant. Yet, the dealership quietly collected $640 to $960 in holdback, hundreds more in other front-end incentives, and then an additional $2,700 to $2,900 in the finance office, all on a deal where the salesman claimed they were losing money. This is the sophisticated machine at play, and it operated on Derek precisely as designed. Now, let's return to Travis. He walked into the same dealership, for the same car, in the same month, but uttered 5 words that completely altered his outcome: "I'm paying cash. Best price." Travis believed he held the power, offering a straightforward, no financing deal. But what the dealership heard was, "I'm eliminating $2,000 to $2,800 of your potential profit from the finance office. No loan reserve, no interest markup, no gap insurance, no extended warranty upsell." The most profitable part of the transaction simply vanished. With that revenue stream gone, the dealership had only one recourse: to recoup the difference on the car's sticker price. Travis encountered far less flexibility in negotiation. The dealership held firm, and he ended up paying $2,400 more for the exact same car his neighbor bought. This often shocks people. We're conditioned to believe cash is king, and in most transactions, it is. A contractor might offer a discount for cash, a small business owner might reduce the price. Cash eliminates processing fees, waiting periods, and chargeback risks. But a car dealership operates differently. For them, financing is a product. The loan isn't a cost, it's a significant profit center. By removing it, you're not simplifying the deal, you're stripping away their most valuable revenue stream. Here's an intriguing detail: while the finance office charges for nearly everything, processing fees, registration markups, notary fees, one fee most dealerships don't charge is a loan origination fee. Why? Because they want you to finance through them. Their profit isn't in an upfront fee, it's in the monthly payments and all the attached products. Some might think, fine, I just won't tell them I'm paying cash. A good instinct, but the dealership is one step ahead. They've integrated subtle tests into the buying process, specifically designed to identify cash buyers. Most people don't even realize they're being evaluated. Test 1 occurs before you even meet a salesperson. The front desk hands you a clipboard asking for your name, address, car model, whether you'll pay cash or finance, and if you have a trade-in. It feels like a mere formality. It's not. That clipboard is the first filter. Test 2 happens about 2/3 of the way through the process. They'll state they need to check your credit to ensure you qualify. While it sounds routine, they're not primarily assessing your creditworthiness at this stage, they're confirming your continued intent to finance, a commitment check disguised as a procedural step. Test 3, the salesperson completes your loan application before you even enter the finance manager's office. By this point, you've likely confirmed your intent to finance multiple times without realizing it. Writing "not sure" on the clipboard can alter the dynamic, but the deeper you get into the process without committing to financing, the less flexible the dealership becomes on price. Your negotiating power dwindles at every stage. So, what's the solution if paying cash costs more and dealerships are constantly testing you? Professor Wealth analyzed the data, and the strategy is surprisingly straightforward. Step 1 *: walk in as a financing buyer. Do not mention cash at any point. This ensures you're classified as a high-profit customer, granting you maximum negotiating leverage on every line item. Step 2 * at the clipboard stage, ask one specific question: what is the loan origination fee? They'll assume you're comparing their terms to your bank. What you're actually doing is confirming there's no upfront fee you'd forfeit by paying the loan off early. Step 3 * negotiate the purchase price as aggressively as possible. The dealership will be more flexible than with a cash buyer, banking on recouping their margin in the finance office. Use this expectation to your advantage. Step 4 * in the finance office, negotiate the F&I products. You now know their profit margins, $700 to $1,000 on an extended warranty, $250 to $400 on gap insurance. These are highly negotiable. You don't have to buy everything they offer, and for what you do want, you don't have to pay full price. Step 5 *. Before signing anything, read the loan contract line by line. Every fee should be explicitly listed under finance charges or loan fees. If it's not there, it shouldn't be charged. Crucially, confirm there is no prepayment penalty. This is the critical element. Step 6 *. Sign the loan, drive home, then pay off the loan the very next day or within the next week. You technically financed the car, albeit briefly. You secured the favorable financing buyer price, avoided the cash buyer penalty, and paid it off before any significant interest accrued. This entire strategy hinges on two conditions: no loan origination fee and no prepayment penalty. If either exists, the math changes, and you'll need to calculate if the purchase price savings outweigh the cost of the fee. In most cases, they still do, but always run the numbers. The sales floor feels like the battlefield, the back and forth, the tension, the "let me talk to my manager" routine. But that's not where the real money changes hands. It's in the finance manager's office, where most buyers, thinking the hard part is over, drop their guard, ready to sign. That's precisely what the dealership is counting on. Derek didn't see it. He negotiated a fantastic price on the surface, only to give most of it back in that back office room. Travis saw even less. By announcing cash, he forfeited his leverage before negotiations even began, paying $2,400 more for the same car as his neighbor. Now, you understand every hidden layer, every number, and the precise strategy to turn it all to your advantage. If this video revealed something you didn't know was there, subscribe to Lucid Capital and hit the notification bell. We uncover the hidden math behind the financial decisions you face every day.